Did you know that I work full-time and run a business on the side? One of the most common questions I get day to day is, Allison, how do you get everything done? That's what we're going to be talking about today. I'm going to give you my top 5 tips on how you can have top-notch time management skills. Let's get started. Hey everyone, it's Allison. Welcome back to Financial Flamingo, where we talk personal finances, productivity, and small business entrepreneurship. Today, we are going to be going over my top 5 tips for time management, how you can improve your time management skills, and what I do to get everything done. So tip number 1 is to create a master to-do list. I do this all the time. I use it as kind of just like a brain dump where I put everything I need to get done down on paper. The best way to get started creating a master to-do list is to literally just sit down with a piece of paper and a pen and start writing out everything you can think of that you need to get done. I like to do separate lists for my business and my day job and even what I need to get done in my house. One thing you don't want to try to do when creating this list is put it in any type of priority order. This is just a overreaching to-do list. You don't want to try to get too fancy with this. Just get everything down on paper so that you don't miss anything that you need to get done. Also, don't lose wherever you keep this list. I like to keep separate lists for work, for my business, for things I need to do at home. I like to keep these somewhere in those different locations where I will look at the list often. I had some problems with little tasks falling through the cracks, especially at work as I took on more responsibility, and keeping a master to-do list has really helped me stay on top of everything that I need to get done. Tip number 2 is keep a planner. Whether you do this on paper, in a Google Doc, on the calendar, on your phone, just have somewhere where you record all of the dates where you have something scheduled. This will keep you from missing any scheduled appointments, it'll keep you from missing due dates, and you won't have to worry about remembering when you had something going on. I like to combine my to-do list with my planner. So I generally use an Erin Condren planner, which I will link those down below of my favorites so that you can check those out if you are a pen and paper person like me. Otherwise, if you like to keep your calendar and your to-do list separate, there are so many different programs where you can just keep a calendar. There's Google Calendars, you have a calendar on your phone, whatever that is going to be easiest for you that you can see whenever you need it. So step number 3 is understand what your priorities are. So take that master list that you created and go through it with a highlighter and highlight everything that is top priority. So I really like to use a master to-do list on a weekly basis. So I generally create a new full master to-do list every single week. The reason that I do this is I will go through that list at the beginning of each week or on Sunday and highlight everything that is really important for that week. That way I can take all of those major important things and plan out my week, what day all those things need to get done, to be sure that I'm not procrastinating on anything and that nothing is slipping through. Make sure you know what can wait and what needs to get done ASAP. If something can wait, don't be doing that before something that needs done today. Something else I also like to do is do the hardest task first, or the task that I'm dreading the most. So for me, this is usually things like phone calls or really complicated things that are going to take a lot of brain power. I always like to do those things first. One, because they're going to bother you the whole day if you have that hanging over you, and it's so much less stressful to just get it off of your plate right away. Second, if you are going to be doing something really complicated, doing it first thing is going to make sure that your brain is the freshest. You're not going to be already tired. You're going to have the most clarity on what you're doing. Starting off with the hardest thing often produces not only a better result, but then you're not worrying about it for the whole day. Step number 4 is plan ahead. One of the reasons that planning ahead is so important is because it's really easy for things to just completely slip under your radar if you don't put them in your schedule. So if you want to work out every day, put that workout in your calendar. Anything that you really want to get done and that is really a priority for you in your life needs to be on your to-do list on your calendar. Because if you don't plan and make time for it, when is it going to happen? What it comes down to with planning ahead is just think about where your day is going, where your week is going, and make sure that you are focusing on the things that really matter and not doing all of the tasks that can wait until later in the week or really just don't even need done at all. I see this especially in my business. Sometimes if I have hard things to do, I will focus on things like writing emails and creating pins instead of doing the hard things that take a little bit more brain power, like writing blog posts and filming videos. I like to go ahead and do these things right off the bat so that I'm not wasting my whole day doing things that are not going to serve my business to the highest purpose that it can. And tip number 5 is avoid those time wasters. So if you're like me and you like to sit on your phone instead of working, or you end up chatting with coworkers instead of getting things done when you should, make sure that you avoid those situations and people and create a productive environment. So even your desk at work, make sure you have it set up to be as productive as possible. Reduce the clutter and make sure everything that you need is in easy reach so you're not constantly getting up to get supplies, because that can lead to talking to coworkers and getting a little bit distracted. I also like to set up my computer in a way that is going to keep me as focused on what I am doing instead of seeing people walking by or talking to the person that I sit with. Just make sure that you are actually thinking about how your space is set up and not just sticking with however it is. You want it to be a place that is going to motivate you to get things done and be as productive as possible. So I hope these tips helped you get some ideas on how you can improve your own time management. I use all these tips in my day-to-day life to get things done for my job, for my business, and to keep my house running. Thank you guys so much for watching. Any and all links to social media, any videos, products I mentioned will be linked in the description box down below. Hit that like button if you enjoyed this video. I put out new ones every Tuesday and Saturday. And thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Bye.